Hi, Shannon O'Flaherty here. Many of you may have seen on my Facebook posts and pages that I've just been in Sri Lanka with the great honor and privilege of officiating at my youngest son, Rome's wedding to his beautiful bride, Sheni. And it was absolutely a glorious event. The whole event, the days leading up to the wedding itself, and the days following the wedding. I really couldn't get over the global event that people had come from all over the world to be at this international uniting of countries. So Sheni is half Filipino and half Sri Lankan. And Rome, of course, is English, well, and American. And so we had people from all over different countries coming to celebrate my kids' love. And everybody was there for the right reason, to celebrate love. So they were there as their best selves, allowing everyone else to be their best selves on behalf of the joy and celebration of two beautiful people. It couldn't have been better orchestrated, really. And Sheni, very, very organized, one of the most organized people I know in the world. So if you need a website designer, she's your girl, really. We tease her and call her Monica off of Friends, color coded down to the nth degree. So everything was attention to detail. And the Filipino side of her family, her mother's side came. The Sri Lankan contingent came. Of course, it was in Sri Lanka. Rome's friends came from England. So many people came from England to support them, his groomsmen, Sheni's bridesmaids, who are very international from Dubai, from Pakistan, from all over, came. And even some American people came. My godbrother, who is my eldest son's godfather, and his wife, who is Rome's godmother, they came with their daughters all the way from California. And my nephew came all the way from New York with his beautiful girlfriend. So there was connections being made with people, not just myself with my own family and people I haven't seen, but with everybody there who hadn't seen each other in years and years. So, besides the beautiful emotion of the wedding and celebrating love, everybody was celebrating their love and their connection and their togetherness. And at one point in the evening, I was just standing back looking at everything, and it was. I always talk about magical fairy dust, a suspended moment in time when I thought about how blessed we all were to be gathering in this totally beautiful place because of a celebration and for everybody to be there in a place of love. And I thought, what has happened with all of these connections? How did life take over so much that we should become disconnected? Why are we not constantly actively involved in the lives of other people that we love? We have our active friends and the people that we hang out with, our family, the people that we see. But really, connection and community is the most important thing there is in the world. And really, these days, with Zoom, with WhatsApp, with Viber, with all of the free calls available, there's no excuse why we shouldn't all still be connected together. So pick up that phone. I mean, I'm just as guilty as anybody. I love texting and I'll send a text. But even last night, I thought, why am I texting? I really want to speak to this person. This is a soul sister friend of mine in the States. And I rang her and we had a wonderful face to face conversation. And it was so much more empowering and love filled than just a few texts like, I'm thinking about you. Take the time, pick up the phone, Today, my eldest son called me. He was in Tesco's, he was shopping, and he called me just to have a voice-to-voice conversation instead of just texts. And it was so much better. It was so much more connective. Something I feel very blessed about was being asked to officiate at their wedding, and somehow I did manage to hold it together. Very emotional to marry your own children, and I learned how to say this union is blessed under the eyes of God in Sri Lankan for the Sri Lankan contingent, and I think that was very well appreciated. But I felt very honored because my kids, when they asked me to marry them, they gave credit and said, you've been an integral part of our relationship. In the early days, I helped mediate between them. I got involved in the relationship to help them stay on course with each other. Because when we're in relationships, when we're in our own stuff, sometimes we say things that we don't mean, or sometimes we don't even really know why we're being triggered. And usually, our partners are mirroring some unhealed part of ourselves. And so it's beautiful. Rome and Jenny have been together for 8.5 years. And I think to me, they're one of the most together couples I've ever seen in the world because they really balance their time together and they make time for each other. And they've worked through all of the hard stuff. There's no pointing the finger and blame, and they keep a sense of humor together. But this is something that they've really worked for because relationships don't just happen. And something I realized there at the wedding was that I'm really proud of for myself is that I've healed absolutely every single relationship I've ever had if it needed healing, or I just have great relationships with people. But even the people who I have felt wounded by, or I've felt challenged by, or people that I've fallen out with, not too much in my life, but I've worked hard to heal with those people, and most importantly, heal in myself. Because when you're being triggered by someone, you've got to look at that as a gift. Because when you're triggered, it's usually nothing to do with the situation at hand, but it's something much deeper going on for you personally that's being unearthed. So it is a gift to be able to stop and look into yourself to see what that unhealed part is. So realizing this with everybody there and looking back on all of the work that I've done with people, all of the therapy, all of the healing, all of the everything. My favorite thing, as you all know, is about communication and helping people communicate more effectively, not just having understanding with yourself, but having understanding with others too. So first and foremost, stay connected. Keep your connections alive with other people because that's the most important thing we have at the end of the day is all of the loved ones that are in our lives, regardless of where they are in the world. Pick up the phone and talk to them. Schedule a Zoom call. Call your friends. Connect with people. We've gotten very good at isolating ourselves. But the next thing that I really want to launch basically is a relationship reset program for couples who need a reset in their relationship. You love the person that you're with, but you're still stuck in the same dramas all the time. You're still having the same arguments, you're repeating the same patterns, or you're just frustrated or fed up, or you don't understand something that's going on, or you're not happy, or there's too much stress. You love the person, you want it to work. So why don't you give me a call so that we can have a talk, the two of you together, and create a relationship reset. This is the new program that I'm going to offer and officially launch next month. But if this interests you in any way, definitely book a call with me now so that we can start to have a conversation and you can start to come from a place of love with yourself, with your partner, wherever you are, and avoid all of the drama and be in that beautiful feeling of magical fairy dust. It's a beautiful space to be in. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.